Hey YouTube, what's up? Joseph here, back again with another video. And this time I'm going to be talking about my review, 1 week review of the ZTE Axon 7. Um, Now I didn't do a 24-hour or 48-hour review. I decided just to wait a week to give you guys my honest opinion of this device. I really wanted to give it a chance, put it through its paces, test everything out. Um, so let's dive right into it, guys. Now, I'm going to talk about the things that I don't like first, and then we'll get into the things that I do like. I'm going to try not to make this video too long and just get straight to the point. And at the very end, I'll let you guys know if this is worth your $400 or not. So, one of the first things I don't like, and I know I said I liked it before, and I still do, but my only gripe with these capacitive buttons here are that I can't see them at night. I'll be laying in bed with all the lights off, and sometimes they're really hard to see. They're not lit up or anything. And that's about my only gripe with these buttons. I prefer these than on-screen buttons. I hate the on-screen buttons. I feel like they take away from the screen real estate, but that's just my opinion. Next, and this is probably going to be nitpicking a little bit, but I wish the bezels were just a little smaller. I've been kind of spoiled with these new flagships that are coming out now that almost have absolutely no bezel. So whenever I see somewhat of a thick bezel on a device, I tend to just kind of frown. I wish these bezels on the sides would go out just a little bit more. Again, I know that's nitpicking, but I just wish they came out to the side a little more. And then the top one as well. I do believe that it's like that for this front-facing speaker. They probably needed a little bit more space, which is understandable. But again, I just wish that the screen went all the way up to where the metal is. Next, let's go into the internet really quick. I always like to use full screen whenever I'm browsing the web. I hate the status bar or anything down here lingering. I like to get the full effect and full screen, especially when it's a quad HD display, bigger than 5.5 inches. In this case, this is a 5.5 inch quad HD display, which is beautiful, by the way. I just like to view all my content in full screen mode. And one of the things I don't like is that you can enable full screen mode, which is enabled here, but then you get this little icon that just kind of floats there with these two little arrows. And I haven't figured out a way to take it off. I've looked into settings and I couldn't find a way to disable it. So if any of you guys know, please let me know in the comments. This thing kind of like floats around and I just don't like it. Not a big deal, but I wish it was gone. So as you can see here, I activated the little bottom bar here. If you press this icon with the 4 squares, you get all your settings for the internet browser. And as you can see, the full screen is activated. So that's what you'll see when you get the full screen on this device. You'll activate it, you could deactivate it, and once you activate it again, you'll get that. Hold on here. There you go. That little icon there. So, I don't like that. Again, not a big deal, but I wish it wasn't there. Next, the camera on this phone. Now, I know you guys are probably saying, wait a minute, I heard this camera is great. And it is. It's amazing. My only gripe is that it does a lot of focus hunting when you're recording video. Even if you press on the screen to focus on a subject, it'll still hunt for the focus. I don't like that. It really compromises the video quality. I wish ZTE would fix that with a software update or something. We'll see. But as of right now, with my particular device, I don't know if anybody else's device does that, but when I'm filming either in 4K, 1080p, 30 or 60 frames per second, it just continuously hunts to focus. So that's another thing I don't like. Hope ZTE fixes that. Next, again, this is probably nitpicking, not a big deal, but I just wish the headphone jack was at the bottom. I find it a little bit inconvenient for me that it's at the top. I just wish it was at the bottom. A lot of times when I'm at the gym, it just feels a lot better when I put the device in my pocket that the headphone jack is at the bottom. So, not the biggest deal in the world, whatever, but I just wish it was at the bottom. Next, the brightness of the screen. It's okay. It's standard, I guess. Right now I have it down quite a bit just so that it looks good on video, but it's almost at the bottom. If I put the brightness all the way up, that's how it'll look on camera. So let me put it back down. But I've compared this screen brightness to, say, the S7, Note 5, other flagships, and this doesn't get as bright. Beautiful display, but I just wish it was brighter. Sometimes when you go outside, the glare from the sun compromises your viewing on the screen just because it doesn't get so bright. So I just wish the screen was brighter. Beautiful screen, just not as bright as I'm used to. Not a big deal, whatever. Last thing that I don't like about this phone, or last thing I can think of, is the call loudness. You obviously got your earpiece up here, which is the speaker. When I'm on a call, I have the volume all the way up and it's still not loud. At first I thought it was the other person on the other end of the line, but I realized it was me. I can't really hear them that well. The speaker the earpiece I should say, doesn't get as loud as other phones that I have. So I don't know if that could be fixed with some sort of software update. I doubt it. I believe that's part of the hardware. But just be aware, guys, that if you have this phone, I don't know if you guys have had the same issue or experience, but as far as I go, the call loudness, the loudness of the earpiece when you're on a phone call isn't that great. So just be aware.